Guys, you have a lot to celebrate. Tell me something good.
I have an appointment for tomorrow.
There you go. Awesome job, Kevin. Love that. Way to go, Suzanne. Good job.
One on Tuesday.
And one on Tuesday.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Keep that momentum going. Every time you get an appointment, it's creating positive momentum. Think of it like this. You've got a 50,000 ton train that's on the tracks, and the amount of energy it takes to get that train moving is massive. And once that train is moving at 50 miles an hour, it can pretty much go on automatic. It takes very little energy to keep that train moving at 50 miles an hour. Now, every time you get a listing appointment, every time you get a buyer appointment, every time you put a property under contract, you're creating momentum. It's moving that train. And your job is to create so much momentum that if you came upon a 5 foot steel thick, 5 foot thick steel wall, you would slam through that wall like it wasn't even there. That's what momentum does for your business. All right, that was bonus material too. You don't owe me anything on that. All right, talk to me.
I took videos of my 2 listings in my community.
There you go.
Well,
Like
I
that.
didn't do it. I had a professional do it.
That's even better.
Yeah. So I'm excited to do something with them.
Leverage. Love it. Love it. Congratulations, Valerie.
Thank you.
One more.
So my
Tina. Okay, Tina, I see you. Go.
Okay. I got 4 pendings for the last week.
Love it.
And happy about that. And I got 1 listing, and I'm gonna get another small listings maybe today or tomorrow. Waiting for the signature back.
Love that too.
Thank
yes.
you.
Yes. And listen to me, Tina. I'm a coach, so I'm always coaching. I'm sorry. Your subconscious is listening to you. Okay. So when you say I got a listing and then I got another listing, it's smaller, you're telling your subconscious that it's not a big deal. And I'm telling you, it's a big deal. So do me a favor from now on, I got 2 new listings. I'm super excited.
Okay.
How's that?
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So guys, here's what we're going to talk about today. 3 questions that a seller is asking when you meet with them. 3 questions that a buyer is asking when you meet with them. And these are the 3 critical questions in order to earn the opportunity to be their realtor. These are always the 3 critical questions, and today even more so because of COVID and the health crisis that we're in. What are the 3 questions that a buyer and seller are asking themselves about you?
Do we care about them? Can they trust us? And do we know what we're doing?
Good job, Nadine. Yeah. So if Nadine comes to my house, the 3 questions I'm asking myself are, do you care about me? Can I trust you? And do you know what you're doing? And I'm asking myself that question, even if she's coming over to preview my property because I'm a for sale by owner and I'm never going to list my home. I'm still interviewing her. Even if I said I'm never listing my home, I'm interviewing her. So she better show up dressed professional. She better be on time. And she has to convey that she cares about me, that I can trust her, and that she knows what she's doing. These questions are critically important. And this conversation is coming from a conversation that I had with someone that I held at a very high level of respect. And he was sharing with me that he had a conversation with a realtor who had recently lost a handful of listings that he thought he was going to get. And then he went on to share with me why he felt he lost those listings. And I thought, okay, we got to get back to the basics. So we're going to get back to the basics. And here's the basics. From the time I schedule an appointment with Nadine to the time that I'm sitting at the kitchen table asking her, Nadine, are you ready to get started? That's my close. It is my job to convey to her that I care about her, that she can trust me, and that I know what I'm doing. You see, if I sit at a kitchen table, or if I'm on a Zoom appointment with you and I simply said, so Valerie, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share with you what I'm going to do to get your home sold. And I'm going to share with you why I'm the right real estate agent for the job. And that's how I start the conversation. And I mean it. So let's get started. I'm here today to talk to you about getting your home sold. And I'm glad to be here. Gratitude. And let's jump right in and let me share with you why I'm the right agent for the job. Yeah. This is the conversation. Would you want to hire that person? Say no.
Absolutely not.
No. So how about, Nadine, I am so glad to be here today. You know, it's always a privilege and an honor to meet with someone and discuss the possibility of the Dietz team representing them in the sale of their home. So I want to just start by saying thank you. And before we get started today, I just want to check in. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. A little bit nervous about putting my house on the market at this time, but
Yeah.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, things are crazy right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel driven to move forward.
Yeah.
And nervous.
Yeah. I get that. I really do.
Yeah. I'm a little afraid about letting people into my home also. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But
and
I have to sell, so.
Okay. We're going to get to that in a moment because that's really important. What you just said is super important. And I'm going to go through a needs analysis with you in just a moment. So we'll go real deep on that, okay?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. So before we get started, I'd like to share my mission statement with you. Would that be okay?
Please.
Yeah. So my mission is to meet your goals and exceed your expectations. Now, because of that mission statement, whenever I meet with a potential client, one of three things usually happens. And one of those three things will happen today. Either number one, they understand and appreciate the benefits that I have to offer and they hire me, which is great. The second thing that occasionally happens is they don't hire me, which honestly isn't so great. And the third thing that happens, not very often, but it happens, is I may turn down the opportunity.
Why would you turn something down?
Yeah, I'm really glad that you asked that question. And I think you're going to like the answer. So the reason I would turn the opportunity down is if I felt that a seller had a goal or an expectation that I could not meet or exceed.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm going to stop right there and we're going to talk. I gave you two examples of going on a listing appointment, whether you're sitting at the kitchen table or you are talking to them via Zoom. One was, Nadine, I'm super glad to be here today and let's get started. I'm going to share with you what I'm going to do to get your home sold and why I'm the right agent for the job. And the other was, Nadine, I'm really glad to be here today. It's always an honor and a privilege to discuss the possibility of the Dietz team representing someone in the sale of their home. And before we get started, I'd like to just check in and see, how are you doing? Okay. And then we set expectations by saying one of three things typically happens. One of those three things will happen today. Now, remember the three questions that a seller is asking themselves. Hang on one second, guys. I forgot I unplugged my computer and I'm almost about ready to lose everybody. There we go. Plugged in. And I set expectations. Now, remember the 3 questions that a seller is asking themselves. Do you care about me? Can I trust you? Do you know what you're doing? Now tell me A, B. B would be the second one.
Second one.
In
B.
which conversation did you feel is an important word. Did you feel that you could trust me and that I care about you?
Yeah, because you asked me how I felt. So that was key.
Yeah.
That was really key.
Yeah. 100%.
You also mirror and matched my slowness,
Mm-hmm.
which was also important.
Yeah. Now I could be an amazing agent, guys. I could be a rock star with an incredible resume and show up at your kitchen table and say, you know, I'm glad to be here today, Valerie. I'm excited for the opportunity to sell your home. So let's get started. And let me share with you why I'm the right agent for the job. And then I share my resume, I go through my marketing plan, and I show you all these cool pictures and all of these great marketing materials that I have. And you're sitting there listening to me, knowing that you lost your job, you can't make the mortgage payments, and you're selling your house because you're afraid that you're going to lose it to foreclosure. And I'm this goofy guy sitting on the other side of the table sharing with you how incredible I am. Now you could tell I'm passionate about this, right? Because I am. Tell me, I'm a rock star. How does that make you feel when I don't even stop to check in and see how you're doing?
Next. It's a presentation versus a conversation.
100%.
And the other one is, the presentation is clearly you care about you and it's important for you to let me know about you. And this conversation is you care about me and it's important for you to know how I'm feeling so you know how to proceed and adjust what you do to fit my needs.
Yeah. Let me ask it like this. So I'm switching screens because I can only see so many pictures at a time. Let me ask Christian and Kim and Bill. If you were going to go to the doctor's office and you're going to see the world's greatest doctor at blank, whatever it is, whatever the field they're in, they're the greatest. They have a resume that is the best. And you're sitting in the examination room and they walk in and Angel and I ask you, so why are you here? And Angel says, I've got this pain in my stomach. And my response is, okay, lay down on the table. We're going to give you some anesthesia. Let me open you up and take a look. How does that make you feel?
Uncomfortable.
Aren't you going to run out the door?
A little uncomfortable.
Yeah. Do you really want that doctor opening you up? Aren't you thinking, I might get a second opinion?
Yeah.
Now, yeah. Isn't it the same thing, guys? How can you meet somebody's goals if you don't ask questions? How can you exceed their expectations if you don't know what they expect? If I don't talk to you about what your goals are and what your expectations are, and all I share with you is why I'm the right agent for the job, who is the conversation about? Me. It's about me. It's about me getting a paycheck. And I'm speaking with commission breath. So the transition from the reason I would turn down an opportunity is if I feel that a seller has a goal or an expectation that I cannot meet or exceed. I would rather turn the opportunity down, Christian, than let you down. And Kim, in order for me to know if I can meet your goals and exceed your expectations, I need to ask you a couple questions. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Great. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not so good and 10 being awesome, what's one thing that needs to happen in the sale of your home for this to be a 10?
Oh, I need to close in 30 days.
Cool. And I've got my notepad. I'm sitting at the kitchen table or I'm on the computer using the whiteboard and I'm writing down notes. I'm demonstrating that I care. If I'm not taking any notes, do I care? Say no.
No.
So you need to close within 30 days. Kim, tell me, why is that important to you? What would that do for you?
Oh, my husband's got a job and he needs to start on, where are we? June 15th.
Okay. Okay.
And I don't want to split up our family and
Mhm.
need to get my kids down there before school starts.
Yeah, I get that. That's super important. Yeah. Okay. Anything else important to you about that?
Money. Oh,
Yeah.
about that?
Oh, and yeah, and no, yeah. Anything else important about getting your home sold within 30 days so that you could be in blank by June 15th?
No, that's the main thing.
Okay. Guys, is it possible that there could be something else? Say yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Could be. Are you going to know if you don't ask? Say no.
No.
Yeah. Is it possible that they're worried about money and they're worried about paying for 2 homes because Kim's husband's going to move because he has to start his new job and she's going to stay behind with the house and the kids and their family's going to be separated? That's stress. They're going to be paying for 2 homes. That's more stress. So is it possible that there's more reasons why getting that property closed within 30 days are important? Say yes. Are you going to know if you don't ask? No. Now, going back to the example that I was using earlier, if I'm the real estate agent who just shows up and says, okay, glad to be here. Here's why I'm the right agent for the job. And here's what I'm going to do to get your home sold. And I just start talking to you about what I'm going to do to get your home sold. And I don't know what your goals are. I can't create a plan to get your home sold within 30 days so you could be in blank by June 15th with your family and so your husband can start his new job. Matter of fact, because it's about me, I'm probably going to give you a price that's higher than what your home is going to sell for because I feel that's how I validate myself. And because I give you a price that's higher than your home is going to sell for, I've actually set you up not to be in blank by June 15th because I made it about me. You guys get that? Understand? A lot of times we're sitting at the kitchen table, we think the price is more important than the seller does. We think that's one of the ways we validate ourselves as a professional. When the seller's number one goal isn't money, it's getting to blank by June 15th so their family could be together. Now, here's another thing. If I don't ask questions and I'm sitting at a kitchen table across from Bill, and Bill is sharing, and Bill is selling his house because he just got laid off and he can't make his mortgage payments. And he's freaking scared. He's going to go into foreclosure. And I don't ask any questions. And I start the conversation with, so Bill, I'm excited to be here today. This is so exciting. Is it exciting, guys?
Yeah.
Is it?
No.
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 I mean,
That's
wow, really? But if you don't know, it's a possibility that you're going to show up and say, man, I'm excited to be here today and I'm excited for this opportunity. Meanwhile, Bill's sitting across the table thinking, dude, you have no idea. You're clueless. Now, if I start the conversation the right way and I ask Bill, what needs to happen on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not so great and 10 being great, what needs to happen in the sale of your home for you to consider the experience a 10? And Bill says, get it under contract quickly. Okay, what's quickly look like? I need a contract as soon as possible. I've got to be out of here in 30 days. Okay, wow, what's going on? Well, I lost my job and I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to keep my mortgage payments and I don't want to lose the house. Well, my tonality and conversation changes completely. You guys get that? All right, talk to me. Share your ahas, questions, comments.
Well, I know that's part of the shift, is being super hypersensitive to what their needs are, because we're dealing with needs now that we weren't dealing with 8 weeks ago.
Good job, Nadine. Really good job. I could tell you from 2007 through 2011, 2 out of 3 people that I was sitting at a kitchen table with were in tears. It was heartbreaking. Those were not fun conversations. You have to have really good professional bedside manner in those conversations. You've got to be able to share brutal, factual information. You got to be able to tell them what they need to hear, and at the same time, lead with care and compassion.
Yeah.
What else, guys? Talk to me.
I think this just really sets you apart as an agent, because I don't think most do this. I think they make it about their success in the past and how they can help you because they're great.
I agree with you, Kim, 100%. It does set you apart. Absolutely. You're a person, right? The motto of the Dietz team was people helping people. That's all we were, was people helping people. And Kim, I've got to ask you, the mural behind you, did you paint that?
No, I wish. No, it's just a screen I bought because I used to work remotely 100%.
I love it. It's
It's
beautiful.
not quite big enough for this room I'm in right now, though. Sorry, everyone.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, talk to me, guys. What are you thinking?
It almost seems too simple. It's a common sense thing. I think if you kind of cut through all the bullshit and all the mystique around stuff, and you just kind of sit down and say, hey, look, tell me about what's going on. Tell me about what's happening. Tell me why you're doing this. And you do it in a nice, professional way. I think that, at least from my perspective, there's a lot of mystique that's created around the perfect listing presentation or the perfect.
Yeah. Kevin, you froze there for a moment. So if you come back, please, because I want to put it. Okay, go.
I think can you hear me?
Yep. Well, no.
I think that there is
You're good.
I think there's a mystique that's created around the perfect listing presentation.
Go
And
ahead.
I think I think that if you just be yourself, and if you just ask the questions that you yourself would like to be asked.
Yeah. So I got enough of it to know what Kevin was saying, 100%. And I do want you to learn a listing presentation, meaning the entire presentation. And at the same time, it's not so that you can show up as a computer and deliver a canned speech. It's so that you have an outline to follow. But I'm a human having a conversation with another human. And I have a heart. And this conversation is about providing care, love, and service to the person who's sitting on the other side of the table.
Yeah, it's about guidance too.
Yeah. Super important, right? It's super important, and very few people talk about this, right? I mean, Kevin, you were at another broker before we partnered, and I'm guessing you probably didn't have too many conversations like this.
Nope, had none.
Yeah, very few people do. And it's critically important. It really is. It's also super powerful. And I mean that in a good way. Once you learn how to have these conversations, you become a trusted advisor.
John?
Yes.
I also want to say, in these conversations, a lot of times people or agents may not ask questions about where are they able to go next? Because that's a real fear. We talked earlier, I think, on James Shaw's conversation about fear or faith, and knowing the fear that's stopping them from making a decision right then, or knowing people may also be fearful not just of selling their homes, but they might not know where they're going. They may not have any plan because they're not thinking they're going to be able to buy anything. So they may not know what renting is going to look like or moving in with a friend. So you kind of have to help them along with that plan. You know, after you, just as part of the conversation, they need to know that they're going to be in a safe place and you're going to help them get to that safe place. So
100%.
I think addressing that future pace is important.
Yep. So two statements that I want you to incorporate into your conversations. Number one, here's what's going to happen next. And number two, I'm going to take every step. I'm going to be by your side every step of the way. Here's what's going to happen next. And I'm going to be by your side every step of the way. So I'm going to close with this. Guys, we're going to close how we started. Buyers and sellers want to work with people, with real estate agents who care about them, who they can trust, and who know what they're doing. When I got into the business 20 years ago, I had a lot of limiting beliefs, like a lot of other people do. And one of my limiting beliefs was that I had to spend a lot of money to be successful. Another one of my limiting beliefs was that I had to have a great marketing plan and presentation in order to earn business. Another one of my limiting beliefs was that I had to have a resume with years and years of lots of property sold in order to earn business. And here's what I learned, and I'm going to leave you with this. None of those things were true. I could be brand new in this business, less than a year, I've sold 5 houses, whatever. When I learned how to be a great consultant, not a great salesperson, when I learned how to have consultative conversations in order to help my clients meet their goals and exceed their expectations, and I lead with care, and I have a servant heart, and I truly show up as someone who cares about you and you can trust, and I ask the right questions, I pay attention, I listen, I go deep, I ask more questions. I am going to earn the listing 3 out of 4 times, regardless of who I'm competing against. And so will you. All right. Guys, good? Did we do good today? Did you get value?
Yes, John. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everybody enjoy your weekend. Be safe, stay healthy, take time to recharge, and I will see you Monday morning at 9:30. Make it a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
My pleasure. My pleasure.